12. Jesus' miracles prove he had the authority of God. At the end of John's Gospel, we read, Jesus performed many other signs in the presence of his disciples, which are not recorded in this book. That's John's Gospel. But these are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, and that by believing you may have life in his name. John 20, 30, 31. I was once a policeman. I was given authority. It was great. If I told someone to stop doing something, they would, usually. Jesus' miracles show he had the authority of God himself. When he told a storm to stop, it did, didn't it? Immediately. The same whenever he told sickness or disability to stop. He even told death to stop for Jairus' daughter and Lazarus, and it did. These not only prove Jesus was God's son, but that he is able to bring about the kingdom he spoke of that would be free of those things, free of all suffering and death. Now, some might suggest the miracles were made up by the gospel writers, but we've seen they had no reason to do that. And even opponents of Jesus accepted he did miracles. They just dismissed them as magic, like a modern day con trick. But we've seen that his character showed nothing of deceptiveness. And when you think about the actual miracles he did, they were major events. They weren't the kind of things that you could make up like a con. Others might say we don't know how they happened, but science will one day show us. But even if that were the case, miracles are in the timing too. We may one day hear of someone's sickness suddenly disappearing, but with Jesus, the point is that it happens just when he commands it to, as with Peter's mother-in-law. Well, perhaps the most famous objection to the miracles is to say that because people don't generally witness miracles today, the likelihood that Jesus did not really perform them is much greater than the likelihood that he did. And so they're discounted. But think here about meteorites. We're told that every 20 million years or so, a massive meteorite is likely to hit the Earth. Well, no one's ever seen that. And it's much rarer than the many miracles recorded in the Bible. But we don't dismiss it because we don't observe such massive impacts today. No, we recognise it occurred because of the evidence of geology. In the same way, we recognise that Jesus' miracles occurred because of the evidence of the Gospels. And this is yet another reason to believe in God, come to us in him. Jesus did what only God could do.